Hello! I made it just.
Oh,
literally
just come through the door.
I've still got my tea key and my work trousers on, but don't worry about that. We're here.
I thought I was going to be doing it on my own again.
The trains,
right,
man.
You got your breath.
I'm here. Let's get sorted.
You're
right.
Here.
So first of all, hello everybody. Welcome to My Travel Live. This is going to be a very, 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 very interesting live because not only is Mike going to be doing a little bit talking about MSC, because as you've probably seen by the video released today, insane, but I'll let him talk about that in a minute. Secondly, we are going to give you our full opinions on P&O because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and how they compare to Marella.
Yes, so Marella v. I was going to say Marella then. Marella v P&O. So there's a lot to talk about and a lot to discuss. I hope we've got time.
I think we're all over the place today because you weren't here. We haven't been able to sort of prep properly for this. So I think we're going to forget our news and stuff like that. Just a couple of shout outs though. Want to give a shout out to Mark from Mills Travel Adventures. Been poorly. Mark, hope you're on the mend, and we're sending you all our best wishes. Mary, sunning yourself in Malta again. Hope you're having a lovely time. Miss you, so hurry up back.
Yeah, Mary.
Sarah and Chris. Now, I saw yesterday that they jetted off to Turkey.
They are always away.
Yeah, but we don't know whether they're cruising or whether they're land holidaying. But anyway, have a lovely time, both of you. Yes. And to all our latest Facebook and YouTube followers, a big welcome and hello. It's great to have you with us. Now,
so first of all, before we start, can we just quickly apologise? Did you link it up to the modem?
I've tried.
Okay, so if it goes weird, we've linked it to the modem. We do apologise. We're hoping we don't get any network issues, but if you can all see us, pop it down in the comments and say everything's fine.
And also just confirm that our volume is okay, our sound. But anyway,
should we start off with some hellos?
Because we've got a lot of
Okay, so let's all start off. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Andy E, being big fans of Marella, I'm really interested in your opinion on this. Okay.
Oh, right, it's coming.
It's coming. And I think a lot of people in the room will probably agree with us. Okay.
Yeah. And we're obviously going to bring you the poll results, and then we'll tell you where we put our votes on there.
Definitely. Walter Tyra Charles. Evening, guys. Love the vlog so far and notice the slow drip of P&O. Questions without going too far. Would you look into P&O again? Okay. I'm not going to answer that just yet because, Walter, you need to keep watching because we are going to have a full discussion about this.
Yeah.
There's some very strong opinions. There's some pros, some cons. I don't want to give too much away just this second, but keep watching, Walter, because all will be revealed.
And, Walter, if we don't get to you, just put a reminder on there, my question, because we wouldn't miss it on purpose, but hopefully we'll cover it as we go on.
Mandy's in the room. Mandy Benton. Hello, man. How are you?
Talking to gorgeous people.
Yes. And others that
more
cruise
gorgeous than
constantly.
Mandy. Yes.
Dave, you can give Mike a big hug from me and Phil after watching MSC. And it's bad, wasn't it? Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
I think he needs one bless him. It was horrific. And, man, the worst thing was...
Come on, then.
I was fully aware of what was going on, and I was fuming. I was sat at home, and Mike will tell you, I was so angry.
Yeah, he offered to come and get me.
I was going to drive to Southampton to tell him to get off that ship before it even started.
Yeah, just as we were drifting out into the channel, he said, "Shall I come and get you?"
I would have swam. I would have swam.
I wouldn't have.
Thomas Aiken, glad you're not comparing MSC after watching my car show.
Oh.
No. But again, though, that was horrific, but that was based on a booze cruise. And the ship itself, Mike says, was absolutely superb, the ship itself. But
the ship is a beautiful ship.
But again, we don't want to give too much away because you're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I think we should save MSC for the next vlog, and we'll talk about it because hopefully I'll have put another one of the videos out by then. Certainly the first afternoon was it was disappointing, and I mean I still can't believe the state of that toilet. I'll be scarred by that forever.
I don't know if anyone's actually seen the toilet. Did you show it close up on the video?
Oh yes, yeah.
I've not got that far yet.
They've all seen the toilet. But anyway, keep watching for this part 2 because I don't like being totally negative, and things definitely improve. So hopefully, I think day 2, I only had to go to reception twice.
Guys, can I quickly remind you, we've got 2 likes in the room. Can we try and get as many likes as possible? Let's get this live spread because it's important when people need to know. And remember, guys, whatever our opinions are on anything, they are not telling you what to do. or what you should have an opinion on. These are our opinions, and there's reasons why we have those opinions. But we do not want to tarnish anything. We also don't want to give anyone false sense of security with things. So we're going to be honest and open about things today.
I think all we can do is report things as we see them. And I think people say there's a cruise line for everybody, and there is. Just because we have a bad experience, many people, such as MSC, where I had a bad first day, many people were loving it and having a great time. So for everybody, you know, not every cruise line is going to be for everybody, and not every experience is going to be the same. So yes, bearing in mind this was our experiences and our thoughts.
Definitely. Okay, Donna Cooper's in the room, everyone.
Donna.
Hey, I wouldn't have a feeling this will be a long one.
Oh,
it may be.
Maybe.
We may definitely. Well, we were going to overrun anyway because I thought I was going to be late home. Nightmare on the train.
Oh, you tell
she
her.
agrees.
Yeah.
But we're home now and we are live in it, and hopefully you're all loving it. So,
and we are getting to this poll very soon.
Yes, interesting that was as well.
Yes.
But we'll talk about Stuart McCulloch's in the room. Hi everyone from Stuart and Kerry in sunny Swansea.
Sunny
Swansea.
Swansea.
How's it going? I love Swansea. Used to have a leisure centre there when I was a kid, and I used to go there all the time. I loved it.
I love you too.
Billy Blacklock's in the room. Hello,
Hey,
Billy. How are you, bud? A Swede knits and pearls.
Oh, still knitting.
Good evening from the south of Sweden.
Oh,
hello there.
I still haven't learned hello in Swedish.
Next time.
I'm going to learn that so that I can give you a proper greeting next time. Anybody know what's hello in Swedish?
Well, obviously, a Swede will, because
a Swede will.
Yes. Okay, Ian Hunt. Hello, Ian Hunt.
Hey, Ian.
Hey,
how you doing?
Look at the dog picture. That's so cute.
No, not me.
Jill Bollons. Hello,
hey, Jill.
How are
you doing?
you? We have Lynn and Dave in.
Lynn and
Dave from the Mastermans.
Hey,
Hi from the
how you
Mastermans. Hello,
doing?
Lynn and Dave.
Good to
nice to have you with us. We have Ryan Lee Gale, Robert Gale. These boys just down Iona.
Oh, wow. We're going to talk about Iona, aren't we?
Yes, got a lot to say about Iona. Mills Travel Adventures,
hey,
guys. Hello there.
I hope you're feeling better, Mark.
Yeah, definitely. I tried to do the heart, but it didn't work. I can't do it.
No.
I'm rubbish.
No,
anyway,
it's not having it today, is it?
You get the gist. Ian and Stacey, hello there. How are you? Oh, and our lovely John's in the room. Just cracked open another bottle of pop.
You made it. John wasn't sure he was going to get here, but glad you made it, John.
Yes, we always love John. John is a font of knowledge and helps us out a lot with all of our others fans.
So volume looks good. So thanks for those reporting that. Everything fine.
So Mills, thank you.
Ryan Lee going on Iona in a few weeks. You're in for a treat.
Stop going ahead.
Oh, right. Okay.
On the
shall we, before we do anything else, show this poll results?
Okay. Right. Let's go for it. So
here we go. These.
Let me just remove.
Oh, where's my bit of paper? Because I won't be able to read this on screen.
Okay.
So I was really surprised, Dave, because last time we did a poll, we had about 13 people take part in it. This poll has had 899 votes. Now, you've already voted on there, but I haven't put mine on yet. So my vote will be the 900th vote.
Do you win a prize for that?
I should do, shouldn't I? I should do. So anyway, where is my vote going? Do you want to tell them where, first of all, your vote went?
Well, first of all, I put it on Marella. Then Michael texted me straight away going, what are you doing? They can see you where you voted. So I moved it to P&O, and then I moved it to both the same, and then another cruise line, and only cruise one of them. And then it fell off.
And did it confuse anyone?
I don't know if anyone saw it, but my actual true vote was for Marella.
Yay.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the cat is out of the bag. We've done P&O. Mike and I are still obsessed and in love with Marella. And
my 900th vote goes to Marella as well.
Laugh you went MSC. MSC.
I don't think there's any surprise there, really. But anyway, what did surprise me is perhaps the breakdown. Now, I've actually got the voting figures here, so you can see the percentages. But let me just give you the figures. So Marella had 72%, 646 of the 900 voted for Marella.
Landslide.
9% P&O, which was 88 people. 29 thought they were both the same, which was 4%. 62 went for another cruise line, and I'll tell you what some of those cruise lines are in a minute. and 75 have only cruised with one, so we're unable to say. So I will first of all say that we have predominantly been a Marella channel. And so I think a lot of our people that come to see us, yes, you tell them, a lot of the people that come to see us will be because they're interested in Marella. So maybe that might sort of suggest why the figure is so high for Marella, but it is still staggering that so many people thought Marella was actually the better choice.
I think though it's hard if you've been on Marella for the first time, like we have, like you've just mentioned, it becomes your love. However, my mother, for example, I know she's in. Hello, Mum. I know she's in the room.
Hey,
she
Mum.
has only ever cruised P&O. Now she has nothing to compare it to. So P&O, in her eyes, is fantastic, and I love that. We're not here to take that away from everybody because Marella suits the P&O suits the purpose for my mother, and therefore the same will be for everybody else as well. Everyone will have their own opinion.
I think as well, Dave, is like when I used to really be into photography, it seemed to me that people were either Canon or Nikon, and you were very loyal to the brand, whichever you were. And I think it's the same with cruise ships, really. I mean, you know, there are people that are very loyal to all of the different cruise lines because that was probably their first experience or the one that they've enjoyed the most. And I think you do stay loyal to the brand, and that's why I think, you know, we certainly are loyal to Marella, but we know that something might come along that we just think, wow, this is better.
I'm praying we do. We know that we've now discovered the fact that we are obsessed with mid-sized ships because we've actually been on a super ship and Mike's been on two. And it's nothing to do with the fact that they're massive. It's to do with the fact that we believe that the bigger the ship, the less the staff, the more they struggle. And we've seen it now. We've seen it not only on P&O, Mike's seen it on MSC. Yeah. And the biggest problem with these super ships is they are not allowing the amount of staff per passenger as they should do. Whereas with Marella, smaller ships means less places they have to walk. They're available more often, less places to clean. But they seem to give you the right amount of staff per passenger.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I think it caused. Let's look at the P&O cruise. To me, it caused us so many problems. We missed our theatre twice during the week because our meal were taking over 2.5 hours to get through a 3-course meal because the restaurants were just so busy and they couldn't get the food out. So twice we missed the theatre show that we were due to go on because they couldn't serve quick enough.
Well, I think what we've done, and I've discussed this with my mother who's done P&O and other people that have done P&O, and I think what we've discovered is the fact that we are blaming purely on this one. Now, I'm not putting anyone off by any means because it's a fantastic cruise, but we are blaming purely the fact that P&O being in Norway caused a problem. And the reason why it caused a problem was it wasn't a hot climate. Now, if you've been on P&O Iona or Azura, you will notice that they have really gone to town on outside spaces. And the problem is with these cruises, people aren't using them because it's cold. So you have all of this outside space that isn't being used. No sunbathers, no pool users, nothing. So everybody is compacted inside the ship, which means that they eat at earlier times. So we always eat at 6 o'clock on Marella. People are sunbathing still out on deck at the pool at 6 o'clock and not eating until 8, 9 o'clock at night. So everything fits well with the Marella hot itinerary. It didn't work with P&O and Norway because it's too big for the amount of people in a cold environment. They want to be inside. They don't want to be outdoors, sunbathing. So 50% of that ship, I reckon, is outdoor spaces, promenade decks, rear bars, 2 infinity pools, golf net, all these things they've got, and they weren't being used. You had hot tubs galore. I mean, I've never seen so many hot tubs in my life.
No, there's hot tubs everywhere.
And not many people were using them.
Yeah.
But yet on the MSC cruise that you went on was a lot warmer because it was close to home. And they were all being used. You said there was like lots of activity.
It was a party cruise. Yeah. So there were people in the hot tubs and they didn't care what the weather was like because they having their drinks and that was keeping them warmed up. So I wasn't one of them. No, I was too busy trying to sort things out. But anyway, should we talk very briefly about let's first of all look at how easy a Marella cruise is and the problems we had. You know, Marella, you book the cruise and everything more or less can be done through the app and can be booked before you get there, but wasn't the case with P&O, was it? It was
P&O we found was a nightmare. So let's first of all look at the app. And I apologize for anyone that's been on here. We're not teaching you to suck eggs. This is the experience that we had. So every single passenger that is in that pie, 4 of us. So bearing in mind, we could book tables of 4 before we got on, but we had to pay in one, and then the money was transferred and blah, blah, blah. Nightmare. But when we got on board, everybody had the app. So if I had booked breakfast, it was only showing on my app and it wasn't showing on the other boys' app. So it got really confusing with our itineraries because nobody knew what we were doing, because I had some stuff on mine, you had some stuff on theirs, the boys had some stuff on theirs.
I mean, the problem was we could only book 4 of the specialty restaurants before we got on the ship. All the rest you had to book when you were on the ship. And also you couldn't book your main dining. You just had to do that when you were on the ship. And we found that first thing we did when we got on the ship was I had a little timetable of all the different restaurants we were going to do, and we had to get on and get those booked. But of course you booked them, whereas I'd booked the others, and of course the ones I booked weren't on yours and yours weren't on mine, and it just became very confusing, didn't it?
Now I know, and I'm pretty sure of this, correct me if I'm wrong, John, I reckon you'll know the answer to this. I think you can connect accounts on Marella. I'm sure I've heard before that you can connect accounts where if you're a party of 4 and you're in 2 separate cabins, you can connect accounts so you can all see what's happening at once, and you can split the payments between those accounts. You can't do that on P&O. It was impossible. It was the most confusing system I've ever seen in my life. If you couldn't get a booking, you had to wait till that day to go into a virtual queue. We were waiting 30 to 40 minutes at one point to try and get a meal. And when we did, they forgot about us. And then we had to ask, and it was like there was no customer service.
We just found we had a lot of frustration over trying to book things that, you know, it's like with Marella, you can book every specialty restaurant before you go on the ship and you pay the full price. Now, it doesn't work like that with P&O. One of the restaurants we paid a cover charge, other ones we paid part, but it wasn't easy when there was 4 of us and I was trying to book a table for 4 in how the logistics would work, because there's different prices on the menus when you go. So it just became a little bit of a stress trying to sort it out.
I'm going to use my favorite word now.
Go on,
so
then.
In a nutshell, Marella's ease of use is simple. We've all used it. If you've been to Marella, you know the score. Marella, you turn it on. You can actually see, and you can give feedback as well, which I love, on the app. It's a very simplistic app. It does what it says on the tin, and you've got freedom dining. You can just turn up and dine. It's simple. P&O is impossible to use if you are more than 2. For 2 of us, it would have been fine. But we were struggling and it wasn't getting any easier, and the staff weren't very supportive or helpful when it came to it. However, I must quickly mention the 710 Club. They were amazing. But that's a story for another day. But then quickly moving on then from the apps, because I don't want to focus too much on that. Let's talk about drinks package.
Drinks package,
So drinks packages. Michael has done some figures. Have you got your figures?
Oh, yes, I did.
So before we go on, right, we'll quickly talk about the drinks package prices from what we paid to what we drank. So you can talk about that for a second.
Well, we had 20% off the drinks package. So for us, it worked out at about £39 per day for the drinks package. And I thought that it was a no-brainer that we'd be daft not to take that at that price. I kept track of every drink we had. And if you look for Cruise Mommy, on her website, she has a calculator where you can put the cruise line you're going in, enter the drinks. It's very broad, the drinks, but it'll be like beer, wine, and you can put those in and it'll roughly tell you how much we'd spent. Now, I worked out that what we drank, we would have spent about £42 a day. So we saved £3 each per day. But if we hadn't have had that 20% off, we'd have wasted money, really. We didn't drink, as you know, people think you're going to drink the 15 drinks that you're allowed. I think the most we drank was about 8 drinks.
But could I just quickly say, that wasn't for not trying. That was also for the fact that I found it extremely difficult to get attention of staff to get a drink. It was rammed, and I mean rammed everywhere. Every nook and cranny. You couldn't get a seat. We tried to get seats at not beach club, what's it called? The clubhouse.
The clubhouse
At the back. Never ever went in there once because you couldn't get a seat. We tried in the atrium.
We went in, walked around, and but in fairness, we were 4. But I can't even say I could see 2 seats available. And it was a shame because the clubhouse was a lovely, lovely club, and I really wanted to go in there. They had the Pulse house band in there one night, and we got there and they were just singing their last song, but we couldn't sit down, so we couldn't wait for their next set. And I was a bit disappointed about that.
Well, I was disappointed as well because on Marella, as you all know, if you've got a drinks package or if you've got the premium or non-premium, you can go to the bar and order a drink and you can get served.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, on P&O, they wouldn't let us have a drink at the bar. They would demand that we sit and they'd send someone over, which took even more time. So we weren't really getting to the point where we could have a proper session. Sounds awful saying that, but we'd like to sit as a 4, chat, drink, have a laugh. We couldn't do that.
Because I will say though, in some sort of defense of P&O, the same can be said of the Squid and Anchor on Marella. That can be very busy and difficult to get a seat in the evening.
Okay, but can I quickly just counteract that? Sorry to be a pain. If you can't get a Squid and Anchor and there's entertainment, you can guarantee there's entertainment somewhere else on Marella. Could you tell me where there was entertainment at night times on P&O?
This is a big factor for me, was the lack of entertainment. On Marella, like you said, you've got bands or groups playing in different places. And yet we found that very difficult to find on P&O. What they did have was they regularly had a pianist, the same pianist, playing the same songs each night in the atrium. I think we saw a busker type guitarist in there one night in the atrium.
No, that was afternoon.
Was it in the afternoon? And we saw that Pulse, who sounded like a good band, half a song before they finished.
The reason why is because they've put on things like the Gareth Barlow Experience in the 710 Club, bookable. Very hard to get a seat because there's very limited. I don't know what to do with thumbs up. You also had the Mary Mac Experience in the Limelight Club, bookable, with a surcharge, dinner and a show. So all of these additional entertainments that on Marella you can just go to, they're bookable and a fee on P&O. Apart from 710, that was free, but it's very hard to get in because it's very small. However, can I just quickly say the host there the one night was fantastic. We managed to get in the queue as soon as we booked, because we could only book 2, we couldn't book 4. We got 2, they were gone. So we went and spoke to the host, and she managed to get our friends Mark and Jack in. So we managed to see it for a second time. Other than that, on a 7-night cruise, we would have managed to see it once, and that's just not on.
No, not at all. Have we got any comments we need to read up on before we
go through?
Because I think like we've been going full pace. We'll carry on in a minute.
Mandy said, "All okay, guys." Patsy, hi, Patsy.
Hi, Patsy.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Thomas Aiken, all good, guys. Lovely.
Good.
Lynn and Dave, everything's fine. Thank you. Ryan Lee, going on our own in a few weeks.
Right.
Don't be put off by what we're saying.
We'll come to the good things in a minute.
Yes, because there are pros. We are just talking about the issues that we found. And then hopefully from this, when you go on, you won't have the same issues because you'll.
Yeah, we'll give you some of the good stuff in a moment.
Ian Hunt, thank you, Ian.
Good.
Eileen Mum.
Hey.
How are you,
Mother-in-law from hell.
Oh, Gemma, my Gemma, my Gem. These flowers were for you, Gemma. But yeah, that day I was going to come up and see you.
I thought they were for me.
No, they're for Jem. Anne, hello, Anne. Love P&O Cruises 50 years on 2 ships old. Yeah. They are old. This is the difference, and this is where we're talking about. So we know that P&O are aesthetically better than Marella. We know that. We're not saying that Marella are aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. They're a little bit more, in my opinion. Oh, I do like the Voyager. Their rooms are a little bit more, I'm going to say vintage in their look, but I love them. They're comfortable. P&O is much better. Yeah. However, we don't want Marella to go the same route as P&O, where it becomes super ships and over-the-top theme parks. I know what you're saying, and we're not going to take away, Anne, that you love P&O. We love Marella for the other reasons, the fact that they are smaller and they are a little bit more cuddly, I'm going to say.
I just think they've got a certain charm, the older ships. And, you know, Discovery 2 has got some beautiful, it might be sort of 20 odd years old, but Discovery 2 has got some absolutely stunning areas on the ship. And yes, Iona is a beautiful, beautiful ship. You know, you walk around and you can't help but admire it. It is a beautiful ship. So you're going to love it.
Our room.
There are some fantastic places on there that we'll come to in a minute.
Our room, ouch on Marella, easy.
Our room was amazing. Yeah. We had a balcony, which we felt was right for the fields, and I'm glad.
But we even saw an interior, and they look really nice as well.
Yeah.
Mandy, my Phil was fuming just watching that vlog.
My MSc.
Yeah, I was.
I keep my cool. I tell you what, it's a good job I'm a very patient person, because all I said despite all that trouble, Dave, was one bloody.
What?
All I said was one bloody. That was the most.
Not to me, he didn't.
Bad mouth I got.
Video chat. It wasn't one bloody then.
But yeah.
Gemma, I miss Puppy more though. Oh, Gemma, I know she's looking at me with a massive eyes because I've nicked.
Because I put her down.
She got her squirrel, starts squeaking it, and how was she squeaking out then?
Oh, what's happened to the squeak? What you done?
You can have it now. It's bust.
Right. Let's see your lovely. Oh,
you're not seeing it, Ian. Come here. Come here.
I held her for a bit, but she's a bit heavy.
She's not heavy.
Oh, she is for me. I'm a weakling.
She's lovely.
She is.
No,
how you doing, No?
Lily.
Only recently done our first, which was Marella. Be interested to see the comparison. Missing the mudslide. Oh, don't talk to me about the mudslide. It's the one thing I will break. Why are you giving it to me?
Because she's looking out the window and barking. So now she's not.
It's the one thing that I would break because I always say the inclusive drinks is great, but I have the odd treat of a mudslide.
Yeah, because they're not expensive, are they?
No, best cocktail on there. Best cocktail on the ship.
I'm hoping Keith is related to Nor, because that's too close for comfort. Keith Lamb, hi both, nice to see you again from Nor's husband Keith. There we go.
Hey Keith.
Hello Keith, how you doing?
Good to see you, mate.
Ian Hunt. Oh, bless. Here she is. This is our little Lil.
Yeah.
Bless her.
She's going down again in a minute.
Right. Fiona McIntosh. Hi, you gorgeous pair. Looking forward to this one.
Oh, I miss you, Fee. I miss that office.
He's gorgeous. I look like a stage. I've literally just got home and I'm sweating. I've just chucked on a t-shirt and sat around and we started.
See, and I know that Fee is a big fan of P&O. She's done the cruise that we did.
Did you chat about that the other day when we saw?
No, that wasn't Fee.
Oh,
that was Louise. Yes, Fee.
Sorry,
I saw
Fee.
Louise the other day. I said we all need to get together and have an afternoon tea or something.
Without me. Never mind.
Everybody welcome.
Alex is in the room.
Hello,
Alex.
Just finished work.
Bless you.
Hey, they got the kilts on. I like it.
Are you proper Nice. Are you proper Scottish though, Alex? We need to know. That's the question we always ask. Mandy Diaz. Hi, Mandy.
Hey,
hi, guys.
Mandy. How
nice
you doing?
to have you here. Liz. Hi, all from Rodney and Liz in South Asia.
Oh, Mwah. South Asia.
Hello.
How you doing? How's the weather up there? A bit nippy, I bet.
Probably better than here.
Oh, when's summer starting?
No. Swede knits and pearls. Sorry, guys, missed what you said to my hello because of outbreak. Oh, sorry. We'll check after. So basically, we wanted to know how to say hello in Swedish. So if anyone knows,
I said I feel really rude because you've been to a few lives now, and I can't say hello even in Swedish. So we need to learn it.
We do. Ian Hunt. Watching you on YouTube.
How's the picture, guys? Because I'm gutted I couldn't get the modem working. So we've had to go back to Wi-Fi. And I know we've struggled with Wi-Fi in the past. So I hope it's okay.
It's nice, though, that we've got a lot of Facebookers in today.
Yeah.
Ian's on Facebook. Patsy, Marella for us.
Oh, are people on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm assuming if it's F, it's Facebook.
See, I've done a first today as well. The first time I've ever put the stream onto Facebook. So I wanted to see how it works. So
it works.
Hey, how exciting!
Yeah,
people from Facebook. It works.
Mandy Benton definitely Marella, but still do P&O when they have a good deal on. I know, Mandy, you love it. We've had a little bit of a back and forth. I know that Mandy loves P&O, and I'm taking nothing away. My mum loves P&O, and I think.
Well, should we? Sorry, Dave, but I think
just cut me off.
Shall we just very briefly mention the areas and the things that we did love about it?
Okay. I'll start off with what I loved.
You start then.
Okay, you start with what you loved.
Yeah.
So my first love on P&O Iona was the casino. Because I lost loads of money in
I
it.
won 50 quid.
He won everything. I lost everything.
And I hadn't even thought to put that on my list.
But it was fun and I liked it. And it was bigger than Marella because Marella don't have big casinos. And they're a little bit intimidating because they're sort of stuck in a corner somewhere. But Iona has a dedicated space for the casino. And it's linked to Brody's Pub, which again, if you want to go and watch the footy or just have a pint or whatever, it's a night. I like the area.
Yeah, I have to say though, having been on MSC now, the casino on there trumps P&O. It is massive. And the worst thing about the MSC one,
oh yeah,
you can smoke on it. If you're on a machine or whatever, you can smoke in there, and it's horrible. It smells of.
See, we're ex-smokers,
stale cigarettes,
and now I cannot stand it.
Ex-smokers are the worst. Yeah, it's horrible.
But I remember going on Celebrity Millennium back in 2010, whatever it was. Like, I remember that casino was massive. And then ever since then, every time we've been on a cruise ship, it's been tiny.
Yeah, Marella don't tend to make a big thing of their casinos. And I quite like that, really. It's not.
Stay if you want it. It's not massive.
Yeah, it's not massive, though.
So that's mine.
So go on.
That's mine. I love the casino. I'm going to let Mike have a little say, and then we'll go back onto me.
Well, shall I do my first then? Yeah. My first, I love entertainment on the ship. So I'm going to say the Limelight Club was absolutely fabulous. Mary Mac, we've never seen. I have to say, I'm not big into drag, but I do admire drag artists that sing with their own voice and don't impersonate.
Can I just quickly jump in and stop you there? Michael, weren't you for at least 12 to 20 years a pantomime dame every year?
It's different.
It's sort of not, though, is it?
Yes, it is.
Sort of not.
It is. There's an art to pantomime dame. Pantomime dame, you never let the audience forget you're a man.
Give us a quick ooh.
No. It's a long time since I did it. Ooh, get you. No. I've embarrassed myself now.
No, you haven't. It's great. He was great, guys. So yeah, you love Mary Mac.
So anyway, Mary Mac, if you're on the cruise and Mary Mac's on, and I'm sure, because who are some of the other acts that they have on?
So they have Lavoie, which is another fantastically talented drag queen.
Again, with a great singing voice.
Yes, but they have also Matt Cardle, who I adore. He was in not Pop Idol. Was it Pop Idol?
One of them.
Probably, yeah. And then one of my favourites of all time, Sam Bailey. Yeah. Now, Sam Bailey was the winner of, I want to say Pop Idol. Pop Idol. I don't know. She was the winner of that, and she went on to do West End, and I've seen her in a show. Her voice is fantastic. She was an ex-prison warden, one of that. But they have a lot of names there. Good shows. But I'm so glad. I was a bit apprehensive at a drag show, or whatever.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It was amazing.
I haven't laughed so hard in my life, but her voice.
Yeah. So, Limelight, £25 per person. So that was one that had the full fee that you could book beforehand. £25 per person. You got a 3-course meal. We really enjoyed that meal. Didn't we?
We read reviews, didn't we? That it wasn't
that wasn't good,
but we all really enjoyed it.
Yeah, but we really enjoyed the meal, and the entertainment was amazing. Mary Mac, fantastic. It was probably the biggest fun night we had, and the thing is, it was the night that we were in Oldham, which was an amazing location. Oldham will always be here because it was like, wow.
That video's to come. If you haven't been to Norway and you are going to Oldham, we have a recommendation. It was breathtaking.
Everything that you imagine the fjords would be is Oldham. And we went to the Glacier, didn't we? And we went by coach. Don't go by coach with P&O. Half the price. I think they wanted 80 quid, 40 quid. We got the coach with Oldham Adventures. Their booth is just as you come off the boat, and it cost us 40 quid, which is still quite a lot of money, but it was a lot cheaper than P&O. They take you to the Glacier, and then you have a certain amount of time to either walk up or you can get the troll car. We walked up, didn't we?
Well, I just want to quickly say, and now I don't want to disclose Michael's medical issue, but Michael has breathing issues, lung issues. And
we might as well say now.
No, it's fine. So I was concerned that we were going to be hiking up basically to a glacier in a mountain range as such. Michael smashed it. So Michael, at the old age of 72, he did it. He did it easy. So anyone thinking, oh, I can't do it, trust me, it's not as bad as you think. Although Michael,
what was I expecting to do with this?
It's a bit of paper. Please don't be put off by it. Have a little look into it. You're going to see on our video, it's not as hard as you think. You might get a little bit out of breath, but it's worth it.
We did consider the troll cars, but when we looked at it, I'm so glad we didn't. One, because you can't really, as you walk up to the Glacier, it takes about 45 minutes. everywhere. The scenery is stunning. You pass a waterfall that's stunning, and the troll cars just come they just drive past, and we just felt we wouldn't get the full experience. And of course, the walk up there wasn't too bad.
No, not at all.
I smashed it.
He smashed it, and I'm not joking you.
Yeah, it was
Absolutely
good.
Smashed it. So,
and I'm so glad we did it that way.
So jumping on to me.
Anyway, Limelight Club we've done.
There is another one that there will be a full video on, because this was a godsend for us, and that was a place called The Retreat. Yes. Now, for anyone that's done P&O Iona or Azura, because I believe it's on there as well, the Retreat is part of the spa, but it is basically a private adults only area at the front of the ship on deck 18, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it is. It is
18, yeah. And this, we paid £89, and that gave us 3 dates. Now, we could choose what dates we wanted to access to the retreat. We chose a sea day, and was it 2 sea days?
Yeah, 2 sea days we chose,
day.
And a port day.
Which was a good call, because that port was boring.
Yeah.
And then basically, in a nutshell, again, it gave us access to 2 adults-only hot tubs, sun loungers. They give you dressing gowns, blankets. You get, I don't like using the word butler, but it's butler served.
Robbie
was fantastic.
Robbie was amazing.
Butler served teas, coffees, cappuccinos, whatever you want. Cakes. They give you.
He will also go to the bar.
Yeah.
So if you wanted alcoholic drink, he will go to the bar. They haven't got a bar there, but he will go and get you
breakfast there.
Breakfast.
However,
food wasn't very good.
No. Sorry.
Afternoon tea, did they do?
Afternoon tea, cakes. They couldn't do enough for you, and it was the orange juice there was stunning. But if you are interested and you want a bit of quiet, because the problem is, like I said, it's a very busy ship on the Norway experience. The retreat was perfect, because there was only ever about 7 people in there.
It was a godsend to us, because it was our escape, and it was just a beautiful area to be. And
it was open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yes.
The hot tub was never busy. Large hot tub. So how has she found us squeaking that squirrel again? Apologies. So yes, the retreat was another golden nugget of the P&O.
Yeah. And so my turn again. The retreat would definitely be one of mine as well, but I'll also give mention to the beach house.
That was my next one.
Keep pinching the next one. The beach house was a specialty restaurant, very reasonably priced.
Sorry. No, baby, not this one.
Can you do me a favour as well?
Yes.
Just nip and get that little map that's on the table. I want to give that as a tip, because that was a godsend. So yeah, the beach house, it's a specialty restaurant. Now, it's strange, because I've heard we tried as many of the specialities as we could, and for us, the beach house was the best meal we had all week. I had a steak that comes on a hot plate that you cook yourself, and we found the food in there absolutely amazing. Did you have a sharer?
I did, and it was a £5 surcharge. And trust me, if you go there, pay the £5 and have that to yourself, you will be stuffed.
So the beach house, first class, but I have heard negative reviews about it as well.
Or just as you take one off her, she gets another one.
She got a banana.
Come here.
Squeaky banana.
She got her banana. She loves her banana. She's hers.
But I love my bananas.
There will obviously be a video on it, but on the In a Nutshell video, when we go to the beach house, which is towards the end of the video, you see the meals, and
we'll do all the rest.
You had like a hot stone.
I had a hot stone fillet steak, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I think it came with a jacket potato, which is just what I fancied.
And king prawns, which you didn't like, so I had them.
Yeah, he had my king prawns. Not into prawns. So that's another one. For me, the best food we had on Iona was there.
Absolutely beautiful. And then I think the last one, because I don't want to take too much time.
We need to catch up a few.
The last one we've got is a little tip for you. In the afternoon, don't go to Vista, which is a coffee shop downstairs. We found it to be, however, can I just quickly say that the waiter was fantastic, because you have to pay for an extra shot, and their lattes that the boys were having were so weak. It was like hot milk, but he was allowing them to have an espresso on the side out of the 15-minute, the 15-minute rule. Which I don't think applies to non-alcoholic drinks.
No, I don't think it does. No.
So a tip for you, Vista, if you go in there to the coffee shop, get an extra espresso on the side to put in your coffee, because it's not that strong.
Yeah.
But if you want a nice coffee, go upstairs to the glass house, and they also serve coffee there, but people don't realise, and the coffee is so much better.
Oh, it's much better. It's only one floor up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely good tip.
Definitely.
And I was going to say something else then about coffee. Oh, and don't forget as well, you can order a water at the same time. So we used to have a coffee, and I like a water when I've had a coffee, and that's no problem. They'll let you do that. The other thing I want to sort of just say as a little tip for those of you going on, when we boarded on our embarkation, when you first enter the ship, there is a gentleman there who greets you, and he gave us one of these. Now, to us, this was an absolute godsend to keep with us, because it is a full deck by deck. Let me open it up. Deck by deck map of the ship. Now, that was so easy to keep in your pocket, to keep on you, so that you didn't have to go looking for the screens to try and work out where you were. So when you go on, ask. Those of you that watch the MSC one know that that's why I asked when I went on the ship. I said to this chap, have you got a map? But they hadn't. He said, look at the screens. So ask for one of these if you're on the ship. It's so useful.
Right, we're going to have to quickly move on to some more comments. We've got Christine Walker off of Marella Cruise in September. Can't wait.
Oh,
Christine.
Which ship?
You'll love it.
Which ship? By the time she answered it,
we've
been on 3 and they've all been superb. Voyager.
My friend Rebecca James is in the room.
Rebecca.
Hi, Bex.
Oh, Bex.
Yeah.
Hello, Bex.
Bex. There we go. Hi, Bex. We've got Walter Tyler Charles. Love the explanation there. One starting ship cruising in October last year, and in 2 weeks have our third cruise to enjoy.
Wow.
Lovely. Walter, have you been on any other companies apart from P&O or Marella? Let us know in the comments. Mans Benton, we're contemplating Fred Olsen. Looked at those as they are smaller ships and they seem closer to Marella.
Yeah, I've just been looking at them.
Expensive though.
Yeah, but I think if you find the right deal,
she'll be in the loyalty scheme.
Mandy will know how to get the deals. So yeah, I'm definitely, because I think for us, having been on P&O and MSC, I'm certainly not put off going with P&O again. I just think that we would pick one of their smaller ships, and try that. I'm not even put off going on MSC again. I'm not going to judge MSC totally on a 2-night booze cruise. So I think probably 7-night on MSC might be a very different experience. And I'm hoping when my part 2 comes out of the MSC series, you will see that I started to get a liking for the ship. And
we must remember as well that you were on during school holidays and a bank holiday weekend. So
and it is a party cruise, hens, stags. I spoke to a girl who was getting married, and it was all very happy.
Bless.
Yeah, noisy but happy.
Jenny Hewitt, greetings from Canada.
Oh, Jenny, hello. I reckon I've spoken to Jenny, I think, on the comments.
Oh, bless.
I think.
Steph Lawrence, Iona was my first cruise, so I have nothing to compare it to. Steph, it's a fantastic ship.
Steph, you found a duck.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Steph, you found the duck. I remember the photograph.
Yeah, we haven't put those pictures on yet.
We didn't do as well as we thought, to be honest.
No, and only because one of the pictures we can't use.
Yeah,
so
which is a shame.
So we're a little bit disappointed. We were really hoping to do a nice,
like sort of collage.
Collage. But we had out of 20, only 5 returned.
Although one Steph did end up at the Glacier in Oldham. I don't know how we didn't take it.
2, yeah.
So 2 ended up on the Glacier in Oldham.
I will put the pictures on, and Steph, I will put your picture on because I really appreciate yours was the best one, but don't tell the others. Yours was the best picture.
They're all being in now, fuming. Right, Sarah Jane. Hello, Sarah Jane. Hi to you.
Turkey.
Yes.
You're in Turkey. I saw your post yesterday, flying off to...
Always away, though.
To Dalaman?
Yeah.
But are you on a cruise or are you land-based? We love Turkey, don't we?
We do, and we're going to go back.
We love Turkey, but it's so long since we've been.
Yeah. Kerry, you made some very good points about outdoor spaces not being used in cold destinations. Never thought of that. Food for thought when we mentioned book yours.
Yeah.
But first of all, Kerry, just be mindful that it was actually quite warm some days, and I think the later we go into the year for the fjords, I reckon they might start using those because the one thing about Marella that P&O doesn't get quite right, and we've discussed this before, is they don't have that big middle ship pool area where everyone gathers, sunbathers, parties, quizzes, that sort of stuff. It's separate.
Yeah,
You've got a little pool there, a little pool at the back, some hot tubs.
Do you remember, Dave, that the Sailor Way with P&O, they had at the Infinity bar and pool area at the back of the ship, and it was really small, and it was strange because you couldn't really get a party atmosphere in there compared to Marella, where you've got the massive pool deck with the looking down on the sort of deck above. You can look down, and it's just a proper party atmosphere. And I felt that P&O lacked, because they've got the Sky Dome as their focus.
Yeah, that's it. And it's indoors.
It takes us such a big area.
But again, like going back to Kerry's comment, you want it to be outdoors. So when you're in hotter climates, it's not busy inside, because the problem was, the busier it is inside, is the harder it is to get a lift. And we were finding it so hard to get a lift. And I know Mike did on MSC as well. Like he had to walk in there because it took him like 30 odd minutes, so he just gave up. Yeah. But P&O was similar, because too many people needing to use the lifts at all times.
Yeah. And I think definitely having a colder climate, you've not got the people sunbathing sort of that everybody's inside. So it did make all the inside areas a lot busier. So factor that in. I think if you're in the Med, then a lot of people would be sunbathing on the deck all day. So it'd be quieter indoors.
Mills, we've got, do you have to book a Sindhu restaurant before you go on the P&O ship? We have just booked a Canaries cruise on Azura. You can. Nice. We recommend you to. A good tip for us as well, when we got there, because we were pre-booked on the account before we got on the ship, we went and spoke to the maitre d' of Sindhu, because he was there when we got on the ship, and we asked if we could choose our table, and he let us choose our table for that night. So I would recommend booking it before, because it's cheaper, I believe, than on the day. Cheaper, not the food, like the booking. It comes off your bill.
I don't think it is cheaper, actually. I think you just pay a cover charge or whatever.
It comes off your bill anyway, so it's not important. It's not that expensive, but I would definitely recommend before you get off. If not, get on there straight away and book.
And it's a beautiful restaurant. It's a really, really nice restaurant, isn't it, there? So
not as good, though, as...
A bit disappointing. Not as good as...
Coral Voyager.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing. And I think probably we've built ourselves up, because I'd read some really positive reviews about Sindhu. I think we'd sort of built ourselves up that it was going to be amazing, but we were a little bit underwhelmed with it, weren't we? But that might not be your experience. So, we're all different, and maybe we just got it on a bad night.
John has put, how many times does Eileen have to beg you to take a Marella cruise if she's not going to bend your ears every minute?
Will you take it, John?
She's publicly shaming me, John. That's what
John's
she's
going
doing
on Cunard soon, but take her.
Yeah,
take my mother-in-law.
She can go with you, John.
She'll keep you good company.
Oh, you'll love her. She's great. She's great fun. Mandy has put, service on P&O is definitely inferior to Marella in our experience. And again, the staff I just think are overworked. There's not enough of them. And I think they really need to start investing in more staff.
It does all come down, because shall we just talk very briefly about one thing that shocked me when we got on? And that was, remember the cabin steward came to see you and knocked our door? Bearing in mind, on Marella, we've been used to having the rooms made up every day if you want to, any time of the day. Or you also had a turn down service every night, and that was without fail. Now, on P&O, tell her what the cabin steward said.
I had a knock on the door when Michael was unfortunately using the toilet.
It wasn't a who?
No, it was a gent, and he basically just explained how the color-coded magnets work on the door. He says we're not allowed anymore to just come into the rooms to clean them or do turn downs, so we only work between the hours of 8 and 12. And that is when your room will be cleaned. If you want it clean, put the green on. And if you don't want it clean, put the purple on. And that's it. So you get one visit a day between the hours of 8 and 12, which is a bit of a nightmare, because on Marella, as you all know, there is such joy in going back to your room after the show. It's been turned down. There's a chocolate on the pillow, and they always do a gorgeous little towel animal or something different.
I love it. And just having that newsletter on the bed with the chocolate, it wasn't quite the same. P&O give you the newsletter, which I'm so glad about, but it's in the sort of slot outside, in the tray outside. And MSC don't even give you a newsletter anymore, which I was absolutely gutted. I couldn't believe. I mean, I've said to Dave before, I'll be gutted when they do away with them, because I think all cruise companies will eventually and have them on their apps. It isn't the same. I love a newsletter. But of course, the other thing with P&O was, which they don't do a turn down. So, and the other thing I noticed with P&O and MSC, when I was having my problems with my room on MSC, I did look for the cleaner outside before I went down to reception. They're nowhere in sight. And the same with P&O, you'd never see them. It was hard to actually find one if you had a problem. Whereas P&O, they were always in the corridor. You could just go and see one easily if you needed something.
Quick word I'm going to say as well before I move on, because we are running out of time. I don't mind going over a bit. So, as you know, we have promoted the steamers on Marella Cruises. P&O do not allow you to use steamers. They didn't take it off us, but you're not allowed to use it. So I was a bit cautious of that. But they do offer, as said in the P&O very rushed nutshell video, that each floor has a laundrette on it with free irons to use, ironing boards, washing machines, and tumble dryers. Just so you all know, it's a great function to have, but do take your own washing tablets if you're going to wash on there. The only problem is, it's a bit of a nightmare. It was nowhere near our room. I had to walk miles with full tuxedos, 2 of them, to go and get those shirts and tuxes steamed, which is a bit of a nightmare. They could do with a few more of them on each deck, about 4 per deck, I think.
But
it's good to have it there. You know, it's good to have it there.
Have another laundry room, they lose a room, lose money.
Right, let's
crack on a bit.
Donna Cooper, I'm worried about booking P&O for the complicated booking system. We love Marella, as it's so very easy.
It is easy.
But I want to do fjords.
And
do it, Donna.
That was our problem.
Donna, do it, because I think you need to do it, because the fjords are stunning. Don't be worried about P&O's system. Now we've done it, we can help you. And I know that there's so many other people that use P&O's booking system. The whole point of these videos and lives now is to dispel all the problems and talk about them, so everyone who's going on there can sort of get around.
I think it's like, I think it's like people that cruise first with P&O don't have an issue, because that's what they've had to learn. And I think when you go from cruise line to cruise line to cruise line, they all do it differently. And Marella, in my opinion, are the easiest cruise line going, because there is so little to have to worry about once you've booked. You know, you get a drinks package, so you don't have to worry about a drinks package. I mean, obviously, people may want to go to the premium, but you don't really need to. And specialty restaurants and everything, they're paid for as you book them. So when you go on the ship, you know that they're paid for. And once on the ship, you don't, I mean, you saw me having to go and change this MSC. I had to go and change my dining time. You're given specific times, specific restaurants. P&O, you have to go in a virtual queue for the main dining rooms, because by the time we usually went to go on to book it, it was not available. And so you had to go in the queue. I mean, it is so much more complicated. But if that's what you know, that's what you know. For us, it's a lot more hassle, because we've come from probably the most simple cruise line for doing things.
And remember, Don, there's 2 of you, so it won't be as complicated as it was for us to try to do 4 bookings. So just the 2 of you should be fine. And as long as one person remains the primary booker, so you haven't got things split on 2 different apps, just let one person book everything, so it's all there.
And the other tip, as soon as you get on the ship, try and book the 710 Club. We went once, we absolutely loved it, and we managed to get in again. Kerry and Stuart gave me a good tip that if you go at night, there will be extra places available in there. I think the night that we got in and our friends had to wait in the queue, there was about 8 people that were there trying to get in, and they all got in.
Defo.
So 710 Club, amazing venue.
Ian has put Marella, make everything so smooth and easy from the start. They do. It's one fee, everything's in.
They do.
Flights,
so easy.
Accommodation, food,
turn
drinks,
up for dinner
everything.
when you like. Never have to queue for anything. It is so simple.
And
theatre.
The staff are just so nice.
I had to book the theatre on MSC.
Oh, quickly. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. The theatre. Now, if you've been on Marella, you'll know that you go in. There's plenty of space. You've got a table for your drinks. They give you drinks. You go in. Nothing on MSC. Oh yeah, she's not happy with MSC. P&O. On P&O, you are sat in almost cinema seats, really cramped, no leg room, and nowhere to put a drink. It's like they don't want you to have drinks in there, and you can't film.
Yeah. It really surprises me that Marella, yes, old ships, 20 years old, but their theatres knock spots off both MSC and P&O. Their theatre is amazing on Marella, so that's another plus. And you just turn up. You don't have to book it. You just turn up, and there's never a shortage or problem getting in.
No. Donna, oh no, can't stand not getting a seat. Unfortunately, Don, like I said, though, it depends when you go. If you go more in the summer, I reckon it'll be a lot less hassle, personally. We went sort of just, it was getting warm. It was only about between 10 and 14 degrees. I think the weather can be bad
in July, August. I've seen people that have gone in July, August, and it's not been good.
And yet,
so
the odd thing, walking to the glacier was really hot.
We had so hot. We were so lucky with our weather. Yeah. We had no rain, did we? No. It was really nice. Bit nippy on deck when the wind blew.
Mandy's put, if you have blue light card, you get extra onboard credit. That's what we use. That's what we got our extra onboard credit with.
Yeah.
Book direct for P&O for everything of the future bookings. And may I add, Mand, I didn't know this. P&O have free parking spaces at Southampton. Don't know how you get them. I think it's if you're in a suite or first come first serve basis. So if you book really early and you're booking with a P&O agent, ask them about free parking at Southampton. Could save you like 300 quid.
And sometimes as well, they also do the free coach travel to and from.
Yeah, so it's worth checking into that. Ian Hunt, no beer buckets to help yourselves. No. Not Marella, where you can go in there and just take them out yourselves. No. But that is such a godsend on a hot itinerary, going up to a bar, not queuing, just grabbing a beer out of the beer bucket.
Yeah, so easy. Yeah. Again, easy.
Yeah. It's designed for ease, isn't it?
Yeah.
Paul Kearney, hello. I had a lovely P&O trip from Southampton to Portugal and Spain, but I still prefer Marella. It's worth paying up to £400 more to eat when I want, listen to music, and wear what I want. Well, this is the thing, Paul. When you say about the extra cost, now we've looked at this before. P&O always starts off cheap. They're the cheapest when you look at them. But then when you add on and add on and add on what you want, it comes out very similar to Marella. The difference is with Marella, smaller ship, easy to get around, better staff.
Yeah.
Nothing against P&O, love it to bits.
Yeah.
Too busy for them. Yeah. And you went on a hot itinerary, and I believe that's the reason why. Yeah. I think if a hot itinerary on Iona, it would be far easier because everyone would be out sunbathing.
I think you wouldn't notice the crowd so much.
Yeah,
and I mean, that was the big thing for us. I mean, it's about 5,200, something like that, passengers on, and it was pretty full, wasn't it?
It was.
So, you certainly notice it when you're in a colder climate.
Defo. John has put, on our recent P&O cruise, it took so long to get 2 glasses of wine, we just ordered the bottle at a time. It's funny, but it's right.
Yeah.
It is so difficult to get served on there. And the problem is as well, John, I like a drink, as you know, and what I don't like on the classic drinks package is it's a single. And that annoys me because it's gone in about 4 seconds.
In his case, it is.
So I would, if I could have afforded it, I would have got a bottle at a time. And they do actually have a very exclusive wine cellar in the glass house. They have a special wine tasting curated by some Ollie guy. I don't know what his name is, but
we'll show it on the video. Yeah, it is on
It's on the
in a nutshell video, isn't it?
Dawn Murray, loyal to P&O for years, but now on a cruise Marella.
Oh.
I'm so glad though, Dawn, and I'm not going to say you saw the light. I'm so glad you saw another cruise company that competed with your love of P&O, because we honestly thought by going to P&O it would really destroy our thoughts of Marella. It hasn't. It's strengthened them for us. We can't wait to go back. We're looking at on the same ship we've been on before.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I just feel from the difference between Marella and P&O, Marella, it was always happy. I was always happy and smiling, and every night was great. And I just didn't feel that on P&O. I didn't feel.
Each band had its own way of getting the crowd pumping, but that didn't happen on P&O.
No, there was just a lack of entertaining around the ship, and I found that so disappointing. I love live music, and I just thought a pianist in the atrium and a group that you couldn't get a seat to sit and watch just wasn't enough. But Limelight and 710. The 710, interestingly, was it payable?
No, it was free.
Yeah, it was free.
Bookable.
So 710 Club is for free, was excellent. It's just difficult because of the limited space. But the Limelight Club is chargeable, and that's a shame because it was a brilliant venue. They should have had Mary Mack on the main stage, because she would have entertained.
Oh, she could have done a theatre show easy.
Yes, definitely. Easy. So it's a shame they didn't utilise her more.
Ian Hunt loved the shows and bar singers on Voyager.
Oh, Voyager.
All the staff,
yes,
every single part of the show team we've ever seen on any cruise ship with Marella.
Marella just have got it so right. And again, it's the fun aspect. Even the show team, I never really noticed the sort of show team, the sort of what they call the cruise entertainers, not the show team, but like I suppose they're from the kids club and everything. Oh, I don't know.
It is the entertainers team.
But the entertainers team, but also the show team then join in.
The show cast.
Yeah, and it's just team. I'm confused. Anyway, again, it comes back to the sense of fun. It's just fun everywhere on Marella. They join in, but I didn't see that on MSC. I did on MSC at the White Night, but we'll come to that probably in part 3. But yeah, Voyager's a great ship and so much to do, and it was such a happy cruise for us, wasn't it? We laughed so much.
Patsy has only ever been on Voyager and she loved it. Oh, Voyager is a great ship to go on. It's their newest in their fleet. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I think the rooms are still a little bit dated and stuff, but Voyager experimented with a few newbies and it experimented with the exchange, which we loved.
I think,
but again, it's a bit like we had a great cast.
Yeah, the cast was, and they were so nice out of the exchange. We had so much fun with them around this ship. It was just a brilliant laugh.
It was fantastic.
But Voyager, our favourite, Marella definitely, and we've loved all 3 Marella ships, but Voyager just has the edge.
Defo. My mum says, "Lol, John Freeman, you tell them I can pay for."
You never offered to pay for me.
Stop publicly shaming me, mother.
If you're paying, you can come.
Bless her. Dan, what ship and destination is your next mission, guys? Well, that is a good question because we've been looking tirelessly. I've got some time in October. We are looking. There is an itinerary that really interests me, but it's on a ship we've already done.
Yeah, and the problem is our favourite.
We're trying to get the set, so we need to do Explorer 2 and we need to do Discovery 1. But this is on Voyager, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind going back on Voyager because it'd be quite nice to sort of like have another comparison. Yeah, and the itinerary is different, so our day-to-days will be different. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, there is another one for Royal Caribbean in the period, but it's only a 5-nighter, and it's Northern Europe, which might not be so good in October. So I don't know. We just can't find one at the moment, but definitely looking for October. Might end up that we're back on the Voyager, but I'm probably also looking for another solo, unless we can find a 2 or 3 night cruise during Dave's rest days. Then maybe we can go. I'd like to try Cunard or Ambassador and see what they're like. Ambassador, I have to say, are brilliant for solo deals. Those people the one thing I understand and what people have told me is that Marella are not good for solo travelers. And I find that really disappointing. Ambassador, on the other hand, you can go on Ambassador, and when you look at their website, when you look to book a cruise, there is a little switch that you can do, which is above the rooms usually, and it's solo traveller. And say a price is 200 and there was one recently, £199. And if you flick the switch for a solo traveller, it was £219. Now, £20 extra for a solo traveller, I think is really good. And that goes for all of their cruises. They seem to be quite reasonable. And they don't charge you double, whereas MSC, the one I've just been on, I paid almost the price for 2, so you might as well come with me, or anybody could have come with me. So MSC wasn't great, and I do think that hats off to Ambassador because they are doing some really, really good solo deals.
I'm not bored of you, Mike. Sorry, I've just died.
Sorry.
Eileen says she can pay for herself. Yes, she can.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for you, Mum.
Yeah, no.
I'm joking.
You're paying for us.
Ian says, hi, John Freeman. Fiona Gibson going on Iona on Saturday. Found the booking of shows and restaurants quite stressful, but excited. Thanks for the videos. Don't be put off by what we're saying because it's a very exciting ship.
It's a beautiful
There's a lot going on. And don't be scared of the bookings. It's just something we have to get used to because we're not used to it with Marella. Just get them all booked, get your itinerary, do what Mike did. He wrote down literally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, AM, PM, everything like that, and he set to fill in the gaps once they were all booked, so we had a full.
I think it was important for us because we do the vlogs. It was important for us to try and get as many restaurants in, as different restaurants in the week as we could, and that's why I did a plan. One other thing I just want to say about P&O, what the hell was that birds show in the dome?
It was like GCSE kids had gone in there and just done like a performance, and they were being graded on it. It was horrific.
I have never seen such poor entertainment.
It was so amateur
in the Sky Dome in all my life. It was, I don't know what it was supposed to be. They were birds. They were all dressed as birds.
It was almost like they were doing it to the kids' club. That's how it came across. It was
anyway,
really
I've got a bit of video, so I look forward to showing you that.
So don't worry, Fiona. Go and love it. I'm sure you're going to love it. Yeah. Just get everything booked. Yeah. If you can't get a booking, because you won't on most things, get in that queue, that virtual queue, and just wait till you get a thing. You get 15 minutes once you get what's on the app when it tells you. That's another thing I didn't like. You've got to keep the app open. Didn't like, but once you get your time saying there's a table ready, you've got 15 minutes to get there to things. So you can go off if you want, but you've got 15 minutes.
But you've got to keep the app open, otherwise you'll lose your place. I mean, just to go back to Iona, because I certainly sort of don't think there's any reason why anybody going Iona should be worried. You will have an absolutely fantastic time. It is a beautiful, beautiful ship. And as you wander around, you can't help but admire the areas and what they've done on there. And also, as I say, I think it's a bigger problem for us, the getting seating, because there's 4 of us. Whereas I think for 2, you can probably be easier. The other thing we didn't really, and it's very unusual for me because I love the newsletters, but I found the P&O one quite hard to read. But utilize the newsletter, because I think we missed a lot of what was going on around the ship because we didn't look, or I didn't give it as much attention as I normally do the Marella news sort of daily sheets.
Right, quickly moving on, Mike, because you're blathering.
Cruise with the Whites. 6 minutes past 9.
Hello, guys.
Hey,
Cruise with the Whites.
They're going P&O.
Still not had an answer from them, though, whether they're 2 Scotsmen with their kilts on.
They've got 2 cruises. They've got Voyager. You're going to love it. And they've got P&O, but it's one of the smaller ones, so it'll be interesting to see.
Was that the announcement the other night? When I
was they're going P&O. Was it? I keep saying not Azamara. That's a cruise line, isn't it? Azura. So that'll be interesting to see how you get on with that, because I would like to try a smaller P&O at some point.
Azura is not smaller P&O. It's the sister ship of Iona.
No, that's Arvia.
Oh, I've got it wrong.
Yes, Arvia is the sister ship.
Oh, okay. Apologies. Oh, that should be better then.
Yeah, it should be.
John, hello, Ian Hunt.
Yes.
Hello.
John, me Ian, me John.
Fiona McIntosh, maybe try a smaller P&O ship like Britannia. We've said about Britannia, more traditional, half number of passengers. It's the essence of what P&O used to be, and people say was when it was its best, when they were those ships, and they sort of mirrored Cunard to a degree with their sizes. And it was just a bit more, cruisy than these. I call them theme parks on the sea. This dog is doing my nutting. You have her now.
Put it on the floor.
No, because all you do is you get a sting and start squeaking. Right, sorry guys. Moving on. Donna Cooper, I have just done Discovery. I have to say we preferred one adult-only Explorer 2. It seems less busy and we could always get seats in the bars. The show teams, however, were amazing. This is the problem. So Explorer 2 is our adults only. And the good thing with that is you don't have to worry about school holidays. So all I'm going to say to you, if you're doing an adults only, a child-friendly cruise, because Discovery 2 is only adults only in the summer, then make sure you pick your dates right, because kids are always off school, to be fair. There's always school holidays going on. So pick your dates right so you don't have to sort of go through that if you don't like cruising with kids. Now, kids aren't a problem. They've got P&O especially had a great kids club. So if you are going on P&O, you got children, they had the Reef, which was massive. They did loads of activities. They had their own splash zone. There was so much going on for kids there. It was great. The one thing about Marella is I don't like is the fact that I feel it's too small for kids, because they've got the M Club, which the staff are great with them like that. But if luckily where we've been on, there's not been many kids, but I would imagine if there's loads of kids on there, they're going to get bored quite quickly because there's not that much for them to do.
Yeah, I think probably the reason there isn't that many kids is because why would you take your kid on a Marella ship where there isn't a lot for them when you look at P&O or
Royal Caribbean
MSC.
or Royal Caribbean?
MSC had rope bridge, they had water slides,
There's
they
even
had
some
Ferraris. They had all
NCL
sorts.
is it? NCL with
Yeah.
and they got like
Yeah.
go-karts
Yeah.
and like 2-tier go-karts.
Yeah.
They've got it all going on.
I just really hope that Marella, with their 2 new ships, don't go down the big line. I really hope they don't.
I fully believe they're gonna be in the shadow of P&O and look at what they've done and go down that, because they're gonna want to try and capitalize.
Yeah.
Which I'll be fine with a big ship,
Yeah.
as long as they keep that.
Well, we've
service.
got probably 5 years to enjoy the ships they've got now, and then I think 2030 we should know a lot more, hopefully before then, about how their new ships are going to. Because MSC, I've got 4 of the world ships coming out. So they've just done World of America. They've got World of Asia coming out.
Yeah.
What's the other ones there? World Atlantic.
World Class V, World Class V1, and then we got Asia Atlantic.
So I think they've got 27 cruise ships now.
But you look there, P&O was what capacity?
P&O was about 5,254, something like that.
These are all 5,400.
Yeah, which is less.
No, it's not. It's more.
No, it's less than.
You said 5.2.
No, the MSC was 6. I'm sure.
No,
maybe I'm wrong. I will check that out, because I thought it was 1,000 more than the P&O, this one.
But anyway, it seems to me like these ships are all going to be mirror
we
images
don't want
of each
Marella
other.
to do that.
No, we don't.
We don't want Marella to go 6.
Hopefully,
5,
they
6,000.
will listen to what people are saying, watch these vlogs, and realise that it's the
new
wrong
ships, but keep them no more than 4 anyway.
Because we have to think to ourselves as well. Sorry to quickly bang on. Mein Schiff didn't go huge. They stayed luxury, but they kept the ships a good size. And I'm praying that Marella go along the same route. Right, Ian Hunt, gorgeous. Oh, thanks, Ian.
He's talking to me.
He talked to me, obviously. Stuart McCullough. We have got Mills Travel. You don't have to book in advance, but it's worth it because you get a discount and your booking charge is deducted from the whole bill. Downside is you have to pay it in advance.
Yeah.
Good tip, Stuart. Yes, very.
I like paying in advance though, because then you know where you are.
I'm a little bit annoyed. Alex has just said no. Their box is on. That is shocking. To all my Scottish friends in Manchester,
you've let us down.
They would literally go nuts.
You've let
Alex
us
sorted
down.
out.
My dad's 87, has got a kilt, and he's a proper Scot.
Don't want to think about that, like. Right, Jonathan Richard Pullin is in the house, but I prefer it if you use my preferred name of Dick. He's such a.
I'll call you Richard. Thank you.
A Swede Knits and Pearls. Hello is easy. Hey. Oh, hey.
Hey.
Like hey.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Oh, that's not going to be hard, is it?
Easy.
We can all. So next time we see Swede Knits and Pearls, I want everybody to say hey. Hey. Yeah, I like that. That's our first word.
Ian and Stacey,
the
picture is fine.
That is good to hear, because I really was worried, particularly with going to Facebook, and we're still getting Facebooks.
I know. We're going to have to ask you all to stop commenting now, because we're never going to end otherwise.
Yeah, Dave's been at work all day.
I know. I'm knackered. I need to cook dinner as well. Yeah. Mandy has put P&O Aurora is a whole different ball game to owner, more akin Marella ships, and so it's much better.
Okay. Then I'm certainly would love to do a smaller P&O just to sort of judge that, because I think probably the MSC and the PO experience for us has shown us that we are not going to like bigger ships. One of the things, particularly MSC, and I know it was a different type of cruise, but the constant chatter and noise in the back, the level at times was just, I kept getting a loud noise warning on the watch.
That was my snoring.
And that was just people talking in the background. You're snoring.
I know.
Yeah, I could hear you from bloody France.
Let's move on.
Is bad.
Mandy has topped that off with, but Marella is number one.
Yeah, we think so, but it can still be beaten.
Rachel Chaplin have just come off Discovery and have the holiday blues. Oh, looking to book Virgin next year, hoping we will love the ship just as much.
Oh, I hope you love it like we do. Oh, cute dog as well. Look,
oh, look at that.
Hey, look cutie.
Steph Lawrence, Mary Mack was fantastic. Oh,
yes.
So
yeah,
good.
I want to see her. Well, you want to see her again, don't you?
She's in Birmingham. Yeah. She was just in Birmingham.
Oh, and she does Manchester a lot. So hopefully we will go and see her if we get the opportunity.
If you're in Manchester, she's in the Cockatoo Club. I think she's doing a set in the Cockatoo.
I will be doing a feature. We will be doing a vlog on Probably. I'm not sure how we're going to fit the Limelight Club in.
We'll have to do an entertainment vlog.
Yeah, probably an entertainment one, and we will show you footage of Mary Mac because she was just amazing.
I think, Steph, you were in the 710 Club the night we were in there, sat at the bar. I'm sure you were.
Oh,
I'm sure you were sat at the bar.
We never got to say hello.
But you should have come and said hello.
Yeah.
We get nervous.
Yeah, we do. We're shy.
Ian Hunter's put, it's fine on Facebook and YouTube. I got an alert to Facebook was watching on YouTube. So, it's worked.
That's interesting. I don't know what difference it makes. I suppose we might get some people from Facebook that wouldn't necessarily.
Well, we jumped up. We're almost 70 tonight, which is good.
I don't know how it goes to Facebook because
it's just a link that's both live from Facebook and
YouTube. But I don't know where the recording will go. So that I'll go find out afterwards.
Alex and Mandy have clarified it's X Factor that Matt Cardle and Sam Bailey were.
Yeah, Sam Bailey.
Thank you both.
Of course.
Derek, hello. Good evening, gents.
Derek.
Fancy Mike looking chirpy at the David Fiasco. I know.
Well, I will say, and I'm going to say the second one is going to be a little bit more positive. I have to say the entertainment was really, really good. So I'm looking forward to showing the two shows that I saw. They were definitely so suitable for a party cruise. So I'm going to show you those. And there were also some good performers around the ship. So entertainment, I really, really enjoyed. And I had a much better second day. I only had to go to reception twice. And one of those was, I seemed so ungrateful, taking the bottle of champagne back that they bought me. I was on the live stream when everybody was there. When they bought,
I know, I was watching.
A bottle of champagne and 2 glasses for a solo traveller.
I mean, that just goes to show the lack of thought that went into that.
I mean, I wasn't going to sit in the cabin guzzling a whole bottle of champagne to myself.
Well, not on the last day, but you got to come home next day.
I couldn't carry it back. I only had my case and my backpack, and
well,
they were both full.
I tell you, someone that would have sat in their room guzzling champagne by the bottle is Mark, because Mark's a bit of an alcoholic. Oh, Mark's on. Hi, Mark. Evening, boys. We've got you on Facebook. Swap to YouTube to put you on Big TV.
Facebook.
So, bare hands, Mark is Mark and Jack, who are on the cruise videos with us.
And are you getting a good picture, Mark? Because you've got us on the big TV.
Well, you can't answer because it'll be at the bottom. You won't see it now.
What do you mean? It'll be at the bottom. Yeah, we'll get to the bottom in a minute. Oh God, how much? You better speed up.
No more comments, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Shut up.
Otherwise, we won't be able to end. Steph Lawrence, we hadn't pre-booked Mary Mac, and our last night we turned up and said we were new cruises, and we're not aware the show was on. In all fairness, they got us and bent over backwards for us.
Oh, fair
play. And wasn't she? Her voice, like it was. If you close your eyes, it was.
Oh, and I love Shirley Bassey, and she did Shirley Bassey so well. And I love a bit of Shirley.
She did. Eileen Vida's
that's really good.
Really good quality picture.
Oh, that's good. Oh. I can't do it with the dog.
Not doing it tonight.
No, I can't. We always got ours last time. It's not easy to do with a dachshund in you.
Lynn and Dave, did you put Limelight before you went on
yes.
the ship? Yes, we did. We did it on the account. We knew it books out. So I would strongly suggest you get in there quick as soon as it comes available on the account and you get that booked.
We were lucky, really, because our friends had seen Mary Mac and had said how good she was. So that made our mind up.
Yeah. Donna's put Fab Mike. Yes, he is.
I'm always fab.
It's not what Alan Waitley, hello, you two. I love Marella. Being on 2 cruises with them, I did want to try another cruise line next, though, as their ships are aging. They are. I heard Marella are building a new ship. Have you heard? 2 new ships.
2.
They're building, and we just had this discussion. We're worried about them being oversized and following the route of P&O and building super ships, which we don't want because we like the small, accessible ships. They just need to update them a bit more.
Probably going to be, I think, 2030 so it's going to be a little while yet till they're with them, but they have ordered 2 new ships. Definite. That's a definite. But we don't know anything more, how big they're going to be, whether they're going to be adults only, what they're going to have on them. So
we must be really behind because Mum's just said Mike was the best panto dame ever. That was ages ago.
Bloody hell, Eileen. Where are you watching?
No, because even Mark has look.
Oh.
Lily's making these to look round for the squeaky. That was when she was squeaking on the floor. We're really behind here.
Quick.
Tony Cunliffe.
Good evening, Tony.
Good evening, Tony.
How you doing?
Bare hands, Mark. Perry's watching Lily.
Yeah, hi, Perry.
Perry's
a cute little...
Perry is the one that fancies Lily, but she doesn't fancy Perry. She fancies Skipper, Perry's brother. Skipper doesn't fancy Lily.
And Perry is like the Peter Pan of Dachshunds because he never grows old.
No. Yes. but Skipper fancies Perry. So it's a love triangle.
Yeah, love triangle.
Tony Cunliffe, we're on Ambassador Ambition for the 3rd time soon.
Oh,
we still yet to try Ambassador, Tony.
I've told you why I want to try Ambassador. They do cracking deals for solos, so I want to try them.
Steph has put yes, I did. I'm hoping, Steph. No, but that might be from the duck photos because we're so far behind. I don't know what the answer to is. I'm hoping. Sorry, Steph, I've got to move on because I don't know what it's in reference to. I do apologise, Chuck. And waves. Hi. No lamb. Great food on Voyager. I put on £5 ago. Only £5?
I won't tell you how much I put on.
Nor me. We love the Arts House. Great act. Dario was brilliant, and Hattie and Steph.
I will just say, P&O, I put on £7 for a week. MSC, I lost £2.
All the walking up the stairs he was doing.
You couldn't get the lifts. You were waiting. And people, you have to press a button on MSC. It's very fancy. There's like a keypad, and when you get there, you press what floor you want to go to, and it tells you what lift, A, B, C, D, E, F, and it tells you which one to go to. But it sends everyone to the same lift. So there's like 14, 15 people trying to get in lift C. And so in the end, I just gave up. Or you were waiting when you were lucky to get there, and there's just 2 or 3 of you, and the lift had come, doors had opened, couldn't get in.
Bit like that P&O though, I remember the nightmare.
Not as bad as MSC,
no, I can imagine. Claire Dyer just put Voyager for October, being on MSC and P&O. Love both. Put Flower, love Voyager. You will, Claire. Honestly, there's nothing
Voyager
to not love.
Is just special.
Steph Lawrence.
I don't miss the exchange.
Of course. Oh, Steph, I don't know what it's in reference to. I'm so sorry, Chuck.
Of course.
I'm hoping it's to do with the fact that she was in the bar at 7:10.
Yes,
but I think that might be further down. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Sorry,
well, catch up. Keep going.
We've
got to finish at 5:30 at the latest.
Yes. So if you're still interested in MSC, remember Copenhagen. Opening the question to everybody: have you ever cruised for Copenhagen? No, we haven't. We do have some avid sailors in here, though. We've got Mandy Benton, we've got Chris, Sarah, Mary, but she's not with us tonight. Big things, and John.
And in a couple of lives' time, I'm hoping we will have a very lovely lady called Kerry coming on as a guest, and she has just done Cunard and then taken a sleeper train up to Stockholm, and so going up towards, but not quite Copenhagen. But yeah, so just to let you know about that, Kerry, she's really, really good. So I'm excited that we've got her coming on hopefully soon.
Walter has put only P&O done, so it's only done P&O, done Avia for the first, which hooked them, then Iona, and soon for Britannia. So hence the thoughts about another company. Own a fellow duck hider on a cruise. Love it. And I'm loving the fact that you've got a bear fan. Big fans of the bear scene here. Hence our name, Bears Who Like to Travel. And I've heard Avia is lovely, and I've also heard that Britannia is lovely. Very thoughtful of the old style of cruise ships. Now you go around.
Avia is the sister ship of Iona.
Oh, is it?
You're getting confused again, aren't you?
Yeah.
Avia and Iona are the 2 sister ships.
So Avia, then you've not got much of a shock really, because P&O, Iona, and Avia obviously are sister ships.
But it'd be interesting for Walter that Britannia is one of the smaller P&O. So it'd be interesting to see how you get on with that.
Oh, so soon for Britannia. Oh, I get it wrong. You're going on Britannia.
Yeah. You do realise now that this video is going to be longer than my feature film that went out this afternoon.
We're an hour and a half, guys, and we're cutting off.
We've got to stop at half
past. I'm starving.
Let's speed up.
Right, Will Poland. Thinking of doing a cruise down in Oz.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Have you guys ever done this, or what's your thoughts? Thanks in advance, Discovery Caravan Cruise. Right, we haven't, but we've always wanted to go to that sort of area. So Mike's always wanted to go to the likes of Fiji.
I want to do South Pacific,
Bora Bora, those sorts of things like that. And we know that that's in Australia's in that part.
To
of the
do
world.
South Pacific, I would have to probably go from Hawaii. So start in Hawaii, and you can go. So I would love to do this.
We haven't done it. We're not rich enough yet.
And I'd also love to do the Mauritius down to is it Reunion Island, Madagascar, and then round to Cape Horn. I'd love to do that one. And I'm so sad that Marella stopped doing the Asia cruise, because we would have done that next.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Bring back the Asia cruise, please, Marella.
Ian has given a nod to the cabin staff. They are fantastic.
Brilliant,
Ian,
brilliant. And I love some of their towel creations are amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah, really clever.
David said, hi guys, sorry mate. You're here though, David. That's fine. No worries at all. Thank you for joining us.
He was nearly late.
I was. Ian, Pining for the Fjords.
That sounds like something out of Monty Python.
Pining for the Fjords.
Pining for the Fjords. Yeah.
Definitely.
Fjords are beautiful.
Susan Sutton, Marella are excellent for solo cruises.
Oh, now see, where'd you get the deals then?
I was going to say, they're hard to come by.
Is that for the prices, or is it for the fact that they really look after you when you're on board? Because I know that they, I've seen that letter that they put in cabins for solos. I know that the guest relations organise meetings, and I know that they're very good for solos once you're on the ship. What I haven't worked out is where do you get the really good solo? Because a lot of people, Abby is one, if Abby's watching tonight, who has said that Marella are so expensive for solo cruises. So do you know a secret, Susan, or are you just on about how they treat you when you're on the ship?
Definitely.
Anyway, I shouldn't be asking questions.
No.
That's going to be another.
Owen Donahue, evening guys, going to have a listen tomorrow at work. Looking forward to hearing the pros and cons, who you guys prefer cruise-wise. Well, our lives for the next bit are going to be talking about Marella versus P&O quite a lot, and a bit of MSC chucked in, because we can't get through it all in one live. There's a lot to talk about. However, we have disclosed tonight that we are still avid Marella fans over P&O, but that is not to say that P&O doesn't offer some beautiful, beautiful parts of a ship and things that we would recommend that you do as well. So continue to watch this series of lives for the next couple of weeks. Next couple of sessions, because we will be talking.
I would hope the next live again, I will have some clips so that we can show.
We'll go in a lot more depth
of the places that we're talking about.
Definitely. Dave Hannigan.
Hey, Dave.
Has put Marella all the way. New winter 26 itinerary dropping next week. I believe. Tunis, Morocco. Now, see, Michael used to virtually live in Morocco, so he knows it very, very well. So probably not going to be that interested. But Tunisia is never a place that I've been to.
Tunisia, I've never been to. I know Morocco really well. I had 3 years.
Tunis. Is that right?
Tunis is capital of Tunisia, And then Morocco, I know Morocco very well. I've no great desire to go back there. I think I was very lucky. I knew locals who protected me, and I had a really good experience. But I think if you go there as a tourist, beware, because there are a lot of scams there.
Definitely. Paul, Legend Hunter, we cancel our P&O Caribbean cruise next year for a land holiday to Jamaica instead. Wanted a Marella cruise, but they're not on sale yet. Well, like they've just said, literally, new winter 26 itinerary coming out very, very soon.
We've done 2 Caribbean with Marella, and they've both been absolutely superb.
Literally, I've got such great memories. Stuart McCullough, hello, Stu. Don't forget to click the thumbs up on the front page.
Folks.
Really helps to spread the word.
Click the thumbs up and for us, it helps us a great deal.
Yay! Okay.
Well, I'm a bit late there, wasn't I?
Kathleen Richards going on Voyager next month. Looking forward to it even now after listening to the positive comments.
Voyager's amazing. Just watch our series on Voyager. We had an absolute ball. It's just so much fun. And I say the thing with Marella for me, the biggest thing is just the whole ethos is fun. And people are just so happy on there, and fellow guests just want to talk. And, you know, we've had amazing experiences, and I hope you have the same that we had. Stephen
Brown. Hi, Stephen.
Hey,
just
Steve.
booked a repositioning cruise on Discovery 2.
Good cruise.
Leaving Malaga and going to Barbados via Cape Verde and St. Lucia.
Amazing.
If you love sea days, repositioning cruises are the best.
Yeah, great. You can get some great deals.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
No.
And the reason why is, I'm not a massive fan of sea days, but I couldn't do it because I would be massive.
See, I'd cope.
I'd be eating all the time and drinking all the time.
Yeah, lose weight before you go. That's the thing.
A lot before you go.
Because I didn't say how much I put on Marella, on a 2-week Marella, did I?
I know I did a stone on the last one, I
put a stone on the last 2-week Marella, I did.
Sean Carter booked to go on Voyager in September. Your videos have been really helpful. Thank you,
great.
Sean.
I really hope everybody that goes on Voyager loves it as much as we did, because we had just the best time on that ship. Amazing.
Stephen Brown leaving on 13th of November. You are one lucky duck.
Is that the Caribbean then? It's got to be the Caribbean.
Definitely for November.
Nice. Bit of winter sun.
Joanne Colton, we're going on Explorer in mid-July. What did you think of it? Well, Explorer was probably the most aged ship out of all of them when it comes to their decor. However, it had some amazing parts to it. Now, Umi Sushi literally blew our minds. I hate fish. I don't eat fish at all, and the thought of sushi makes me feel sick. But
we would never have gone, would we?
Well, our friends Mark and Jack, they're fish eaters. They love it. Jack especially loves fish. So I said, let's just do it. It was about 15 quid at the time. It wasn't expensive. And we went there, and I think it's probably the best meal I've ever had on a Marella ship in my life.
It was brilliant.
It was stunning. The service, everything was just perfect. Because I don't eat fish, they did me all chicken and meat variations of sushi. It was just fantastic. Like, I had the best time.
Yeah. I mean, again, Explorer was a lovely ship. I know we say that Voyager was our favourite, but all three, Discovery 2, Explorer, Voyager's just a little bit more. But Explorer is, again, a lovely ship. And again, it's a fun ship and lots to do, and just get involved and you'll love it.
Definitely. See, I was right. Azura and Ventura.
Yes,
I just read it again.
Yeah,
got it wrong. I'm going to leave.
I thought you got one over on me then, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Cheers for that, Dawn.
Right, come on, because
we're almost there. We're
almost there.
Dave Hannigan, smash a like, people. Thank you very much,
hit
Dave.
the like button. It really, really, really does help our channel. It helps push our content.
Do you want to say really anymore there?
Really,
Fiona McIntosh, we're giving Cunard a go on the newest ship in October. Will be good to try a different cruise line.
Yes.
Now, our friend is very high up in Cunard and swears by them. We've done a video. We had a day trip on Cunard. Loved it. Very posh.
Yeah.
They do.
This is a very weird thing for me to say, but I was obsessed with wood on Cunard. I just wanted to keep touching wood.
I'm just going to.
Honestly, it is beautiful.
It is.
And the staircase, I just couldn't stop touching it.
And we had
sounds so bad.
Bad. We had lunch on there as well, and it was stunning. And then we went for an afternoon tea, and it's not just an afternoon tea; it's a full-on parade.
Yeah.
They come out and they march out with all these things. It's amazing.
Oh, and the service with the white gloves and dinner. You're gonna love Cunard. Yeah. I want to do Cunard, but we're definitely going to do it at some point. And Queen Anne. I think Queen Anne is the new one, which would be nice. Let us know how you get on, Fee.
Definitely. Careful with her squeaking.
Yeah, it's all right.
Patsy has looking to book another cruise to the Caribbean, but sadly Voyager not there. Love your wee dog. I don't at the moment. She's squeaking. Michael, watching you on YouTube, but messaging you on Facebook Live. Oh, so they're watching it on YouTube, but they're putting these on Facebook.
Oh, see, I really didn't know what to expect with Facebook, but it looks like it works.
Definitely.
So
Joanne Colton has put thank you, Joanne, and that everybody is the end of the comments.
Yes. If we haven't covered a question that you ask, just put it on the comments on this video, and we'll get we'll answer anything that we've missed.
Chuck it to mardertravel@icloud.com. Any questions? The next live, we will answer them. Michael will, because he obviously got time on his hands. I haven't. We'll go through and get all the research done, so we've got the answers for you. Please remember, guys, to like and subscribe if you are new to watching our channel. We really appreciate it.
And I forgot what I was going to say then. Oh God, it drives me up the wall when I do that. I'm just going to say something really important.
Never mind.
Can't have been that important. Anyway,
so
thanks everyone for.
We haven't set a
watching.
date. We have to be mindful that in 2 weeks' time, on Sunday, we will be coming home from Manchester. So no, we won't. We'll be in Manchester. So whether Mark and Jack allow us to do a little live from theirs,
we might make a change.
Potential.
Oh, and you can meet Pez and Skip if we do.
Let's
try and fix it up.
Yeah.
Okay. And even the boys can come in and say hello.
So hopefully we'll have a new live coming in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. I'm still trying to think what I was going to say.
Don't worry about it now. We'll put it to bed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We will be answering all your questions. We will be thoroughly going through P&O and Marella on the next one. I know I saw it. So make sure that if you have any questions, you either put them in the comments today or you send it to us on mardertravel@icloud.com. Other than that, Michael's very fascinated with himself doing that. I'm going to counteract that with a happy days. We bid you farewell and good night.
Yes, good night, everyone. And I know what I was going to say now. all you people that are going on cruises, whoever it's with, come back and please let us know how you got on. I'm particularly the people going on the Voyager, because I'd love to know what your experience is like and how you get on. So please come back at some point on one of our future lives and let us know how you got on.
Thanks, everybody, and good night.